Hi guys, welcome back to Yildiz Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I am a psychic medium. I cover your astrology by zodiac sign, twin flame path, live every Friday, so please click the bell. If you do need a booking, you can go to the box directly below and it has all the information that is relevant. And if you want the content ahead of time, as well as a private twin flame coaching room, the pre-release content and the extension videos, they're all on the main page, and information again is below. Without further ado, let's have a look at your zodiac sign and what can be coming up for it. Otherwise, I will see you during the week for all the lives here at Yildiz Readings 5D. Take care, guys. Hi Aries, welcome back. We are here to do your psychic update for your zodiac sign. Now I have pulled the cards and I've sat with the energy, and I'm going to grab my crystal because I think we're all needing crystal therapy right now. Okay, now psychically speaking, what I'm seeing coming through with the cards for this point in time for you, it does feel you may have been really assessing something. And I do feel towards the beginning of the month, a lot of you were having a life review. It did feel like a lot of things were falling behind. Some of it may have come up for all of us collectively, a little bit egoic or frustrated because we needed to shift some things about. Now, I do feel your self-esteem is really building, and there are some intentions you're setting, and you're really very focused on this hunger for things to get into balance, this desire. For some of you, yes, this can be for a person. This can be feeling this connection with this energy, taking your power back and moving towards this area of life. Now, with your crowning energy, you might have felt to a degree you were cheating yourself out of certain circumstances. You also may have been healing in relation to circumstances. But I do feel it's almost like you're stepping into your power, you're remembering who you are, and you're looking at what you can do. And I'm seeing a lot of communication. This is your communication style, the leveling up, the way your demeanor is coming through. Something in you has had a massive shift. I do feel the moon phases are really coming through for you very, very differently. It's almost like you're embodying it, and then it's almost like you physically are doing a 360. This 360 of your intuition and your instincts, you potentially were basing something on the past. You needed to do a little bit of integration. Now, initially, I did pull the cards several times for your zodiac sign. For some reason, I decided to start with your zodiac sign. And there were these various stages that were coming through. There was a lot of shadow work being done, but there was also a deep frustration of things not being where they need to be at this point in time. I do feel by this point in time, how you're dealing with it, it's almost like, okay, that is what it is. Now you're really stepping forward and saying, okay, you've got the power. You maybe have an inkling as to how you can actually do that. And I think it's really a little bit like the Fool card in Tarot. You're having the courage to move forward. You've seen the writing on the wall. You're going to tackle these circumstances. And we can find at this point in the month that there can be a lot coming at us at left center. And it's like you're just jumping in the deep end and you're getting these things done. The frustration has been due to the fact you've felt every time you've done something, there's this false start. So yes, there can be that frustration, but at the same time, I do feel if anything, it's really asking upon you for some ingenuity. And I think due to that, it's like you're just jumping in. And I do feel some of you are dealing with a circumstance of a group. Maybe it's been a little bit higgledy-piggledy for you, and now you're just looking at it going, and it feels like you're coming through a little bit Virgo in this logic. Number one, I do feel you're going to be super busy. Number two, I'm feeling there could be a circumstance playing out where you're watching somebody doing something and you're kind of like, why are you doing it that way? So if this is a work-related theme psychically that's coming through, I do feel you're just getting in and going, oh, okay, this is tedious. How many times do we have to repeat this cycle? And I think you're really just jumping in to complete it. But it's showing you something about yourself, and this is very separate to the other areas that are coming through. I do feel some of you are having a bit of a shake-up with the people around you. It may have been really grating on you, but if you can see collectively, it is happening to all of us. So I really feel you're coming through like a real leader. And, you know, you kind of like, for some of you, you're looking at your career sector and you're wanting to change it. For others of you, this could be going up a level, but really tackling those tasks. But I did see some of you really being this month on the fence when it did come to career. That may have been due to circumstances that were playing out, or it might have been very separate, that it just didn't felt it resonated with you. Something inside of you was transforming, and therefore you weren't completely perfectly resonating inside the environments that you were in. Wherever those areas are for you now, I do feel you're really shifting things about, and I do feel this huge communication coming through. Some of you feel it's almost like you're gauging people's aura, and you know where you belong. You know the people, and it's something somebody said to you. I really feel, it's funny because I'm noticing the blue in the background and the blue in this card in the deck, and it's just really staring at me. Embrace. And I think this is a person. It's almost like this, a little bit of a shadow work. It can be in the yin and yang. And ironically enough, I think for you, Jasper would really work. 2 days ago, I picked up Jasper, and you were the first zodiac to actually have the reading done on this occasion for some reason. And the blue, in a sense of communication, love, thought, action, self-esteem. I feel that you maybe had been looking at your shadow. I also feel some of you, this can relate to a romantic partner or somebody that really cares about you. And, you know, you're looking at it and going, okay, if I'm wanting these things to happen, I do need to remember who I am. That I'm worthy, that I'm lovable, and I can have all these things. And our guides at the moment can really be coming through to support us during these challenges. And I think this is going to be really wonderful for you. I do feel initially you didn't really know what you wanted, and it was due to emotions that you had embedded inside yourself. But I think really overall what you're wanting is peace and tranquility. This can be to do with the home environment and family and the way your life is. You're really looking at all these contracts, and they are actually under review. But I do feel a lot of you have made decisions. You're either jumping in, you know, it was like you were 50-50. Do I stay? Do I go? Do I keep committing? And this can be for work, love, and it feels a total life review. Right now, I'm feeling as though, yes, there are some financial things. You've had to work extremely hard to get finances back on track. And some of you, this can really hinder you because you're sort of thinking when you're pouring your energy into work, if you're not getting what you expected out of it. 2021 is a number 5 vibration. May is a number 5 vibration. And moving to the eclipse, it is at 5 degrees. So 5s are all about changes. And sometimes we can be really, really critical on ourselves if we feel things aren't moving, especially in business and in anything, really. It can take easy, funny enough, 5 years to really cement that in. I do feel some of you maybe wanted a holiday, and others of you maybe were looking at communication, movement, you know, whether it was, you know, weighing it up 50-50 and maybe having too much on your plate. But I do feel many of you are getting to a point, you're leaving it where it, how do I put it? If it's not your job, you're not jumping in. It's more you're getting to a space where you're addressing the things that are important to you. And there may have been this element of avoidance initially, but I do feel for many of you, the writing's on the wall. For some of you, there can be emotions relating to love. If somebody is really controlling you, you may not feel that that is loving. Just remember, it is coming from their wound, not yours. Emotions that you're feeling of where you need to be versus where you are merely the shadow, and I feel it's just helping you really step into your power. You are seeing where the burdens are. So for this point in time, I'm seeing a lot of you kind of isolating yourself away from individuals that you don't resonate with, and really moving towards addressing the things and having a bit too much on your plate. But there is this sensitivity when it does come to a loving partner. For some of you, you could be split very 50-50 and feeling very Venus retrograde-y. For others of you, and I'm going to pull a card on that. For others of you, you feel you don't know how it's going to go, but you're taking a leap of faith. Let's pull a few more cards. Okay. Who is this Two of Cups, please? What is this Two of Cups about? Now, remember, this is a general energy psychically. I do feel many of you that are in a connection, if you're really not happy with it, I do feel you're really fed up. Others of you, you know, a lot of the feelings that you had for a particular individual, they're coming to the forefront. So, you know, if the imbalances are there, for instance, you are having all these old things be resurrected and you're trying to compartmentalize and work out why that's an issue. For some of you, it's come as a huge revelation that you actually are about to make some major decisions. But it feels super exciting. So just understand that on the opposite spectrum of things, the decisions that you're making in your work, your friendship zone, your money, and your future moving forward, you're just looking at what's not working, okay? Because you can't do everything. So you're like, okay, quality system. How do I step back and really address the most important things on the list? When it comes to money, it's almost like you feel you're darned if you do, darned if you don't. But it's also that self-worth energy is where, by tuning out of it and tuning into what's within your control, this is where you're going to have that forward momentum. For some of you, you could literally be dealing with an element of inheritance, an element of, okay, what do we do in these shared resource sector of life? And then others of you, it could directly be, okay, we're going through a really tough time in a connection. Can we get this back on board, or do we need to actually walk away? And for some of you, it is showing, especially because I do have a lot I read for that are singles and twin flames. For some of you, it can be merely that you or this individual is coming to a space that they're understanding where they need to be, and really having the writing is clearly on the wall. And it could be that there's a bit too much control in this connection. This person isn't finding it attractive. No longer sad about it, no longer up in their heads about what it is. Tired of the toxicity and really wanting to communicate about this. And that's really what's coming through. We're going to go into the extension. If you do care to come and join us, we're going to have a look at who Aries is going to be communicating with. And this can even be you feeling you're needing communication. So we're going to look at the love interest, if there is a person in a current partnership, and how these things are shaping up, and definitely what's going on in the finances and work. Okay, let's have a look at this read. Now, this does seem to be a very pivotal time of major decisions and changes, and I really feel for you guys. You're just like, unless I do something, this isn't going to happen. Let's get into it. Thanks for joining us here at Yildiz Readings 5D. If you do vibe the tribe, please come along and subscribe. If you do want the content and the extension read or a booking, all the information is directly below. If you have any issues, feel free to message me via YouTube and I can give you a hand. The pre-release content, both for the Twin Flame Coaching Room, the pre-released and the extension reads, like I mentioned, are in the Members Hub, and I am live here every Friday. So if you do have a super chat question, you can come along and join us. Otherwise, stay tuned for next week's updates. I love to read all your feedback and comments, so please do remember to comment if you feel this video is relevant. See you during the week, guys. Take care.